Motivation is one of the biggest killers of Pokemon Go, in which trainers just lose motivation to play this game, this continuously grinding game. Today I'm going to talk about how to keep motivation and one important thing you need to do to consistently want to keep playing this game. Let's get into it. So this video is going to be all about the most important factor, which is goals. Setting goals both in life and in Pokemon Go, of course, is going to be the #1 thing you can do to keep motivation. Having goals is what keeps people alive and keeps going. For example, I have goals on this YouTube channel, and that's why I continue to make videos, because I want to reach those goals. As silly as it sounds, having goals in Pokemon Go and setting goals is something you should be actively doing to stay motivated, especially for trainers who hit level 50 and are up. I find when you're below level 50 and you have a bunch of special research tasks, different things you're trying to work on, for example, hitting level 50, which in the end is a goal, or just leveling up is a goal in itself. But when you are above level 50, let's talk about different goals you can go ahead and set to keep yourself motivated. #1 is going to be catch specific goals, and these are my favorite types of goals. Taking into consideration your favorite Pokemon, or your favorite shiny Pokemon, I love to set goals to try to get that Pokemon. For example, right now, my goal is a Shundo Ralts. Reason being, when Mega Gardevoir does come out, I want to have a Shundo Mega Gardevoir because it's one of my favorite shinies in the game. So right now, I am currently working on hitting Lucky Friends with the most amount of trainers I can, so I can go ahead and do shiny Ralts Lucky Trades and try my luck at a shiny Ralt. 100% IV odds from Lucky Trades are 1 in 64, meaning I have a 1 in 64 chance every time I do this, and I can actively just interacting with my friends and building friendship to work on this goal. Let me know in the comment section below what Pokemon you are looking for, but again, I did this before with a Shundo Sableye, which we already hit that goal, but catch specific goals are one of my favorites to work on in the game. Next up is going to be catch number goals. This is less about a specific type of Pokemon, but total amounts of Pokemon, and this is a very popular one in the community. Coming into your account to your collector medal, it'll show you how many Pokemon you've caught in a lifetime. Mine is 167,000 Pokemon. People love to set catching goals in Pokemon Go, which is an amazing thing to do and work towards. I know trainers who have hit 1,000,000 catches, and it is a huge momentous moment and a goal they have probably set for a long time. So setting specific catch goals is great, and this will motivate you to go out and play and just catch random things because you know you are working on your catch goals. Next up, a very popular one as well, XP goals. If you don't know, Brandon Tan is very famous for hitting XP goals, but setting different amounts of XP you want to hit in Pokemon Go is great. If you are above level 50, you can actually see how much XP you have in a lifetime, for example, total XP, and set a goal of an amount of XP you want that to get to. For example, right now I have 181 million XP. Obviously, it takes 176 million XP plus a bunch of tasks to hit level 50, but once you've done that, you can set a bunch of XP goals to try to reach, for example, 1 billion XP, and work on grinding towards that. Finally, based on the 3 main resources of the game, XP, catches, and Stardust goals. I only recommend setting a Stardust goal if you've already powered up everything you potentially need, like you have a good raid team for a bunch of different raid attackers, some good PvP Pokemon, then you can set a Stardust goal. Right now I have 2,100,000 Stardust, but I could go ahead and set a goal to, hit 10 million Stardust or something like that. Stardust goals will go kind of along with the catching goals because as you catch Pokemon, you'll gain Stardust, but it's another great goal to have. But again, only do this one if you already have a lot of powered up Pokemon. We then have medal goals. Now there's a bunch of platinum medals in the game, and this is probably one of the most lucrative place to find goals to set, and that's going to be through the medal system. A bunch of trainers are always trying to hit goals. For example, the pilot medal, earn 10 million kilometers off the distance for all Pokemon trades. People like to set goals for this medal, or set goals for the snapshot medal, have 400 encounters. Let's say I want to hit 1,000 or something like that. Setting goals through these platinum medals is super effective, and not even that, you could also just set goals to get all your platinum medals. I'm still missing a lot of platinum medals like the Jogger, the Fisher, the Champion, Berry Master, which I'm really close. A lot of these medals you can go ahead and set as a goal in itself to complete that medal, and that gives you motivation to go out and work towards those specific things. Finally, you can make goals out of Pokemon Go. For example, making friends. I've seen plenty of people go ahead and set goals as, hey, I want to make 3 new friends through Pokemon Go this month, or 4 new friends through Pokemon Go. And you can do this, of course, by going to places, community day meetups, going out to very popular places in your area and looking for Pokemon Go trainers. It's probably one of the best goals you can set because having those friends can then motivate you even more to play, because playing with friends is the best thing you can do. You don't even have to be setting goals to make new friends, but just finding a couple friends you want to play with in itself, you can forget all the other goals I set, is a goal in itself. And once you hit that, you'll be so much more motivated because people will be going out and saying, hey, you want to come play? And you're like, yeah, I want to do that. That's so much fun. Playing Pokemon Go with friends, so much more fun than playing all alone. Now, I do want to say, make sure you make those goals attainable. One thing with motivation is balancing, realistic ability. Is that even a word? how realistic it is versus how it is not realistic. If you know you have, 5 kids, you work every single day and you have 1 hour for Pokemon Go, don't set a goal to hit like 1 million catches by the end of the year. Like, make sure that the goal is actually attainable and reachable. It's still hard, but it's not insanely ambitious in which you're just gonna actually lose motivation off that goal because you know it's just never gonna happen. You gotta balance the attainability of the goal. And remember, you can start with small goals and then slowly build them up. Final most important thing, celebrate those goals. One thing about goals, and especially I find with it, is when you hit them, there's just kind of an emptiness in your heart and you're just like, wow, okay, cool, we hit that. Having celebrations once you hit those goals, even though it can be a small celebration, is important. Let's say, you hit your goal of 100,000 catches in Pokemon Go. Maybe take yourself out to dinner, go watch a movie by yourself or with some friends and family. You don't necessarily have to tell them this is why you're going out to dinner, but celebrating those goals is very important because that'll keep you motivated to do another goal, because then hey, I'm gonna get to celebrate this. Again, this was really fun. That is pretty much the video though, guys. If you guys have any goals you're working on, let me know in the comment section below, or any tips on how to stay motivated in Pokemon Go. I find goals the best thing to do, and remember, you should write down these goals as well. Me, myself, current goals in Pokemon Go, I'm working on hitting, I think 500,000 catches is a very attainable goal. I said 1 million in a past video, but 500,000 catches, and then also, of course, that Shundo Worlds. Those are my 2 main goals. All of my gameplay right now in Pokemon Go focuses on hitting those 2 goals. That's the video though, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. Follow me, everyone. Peace.